Hey, Texas Longhorns tomorrow are going to play Missouri. No longer ranked in the top 25 after losing to Baylor, but should still be an interesting game. Missouri has a very good rushing attack. Texas no stranger to that, as they have one of the best rushing attacks in the Big 12 as well. But um, our leading rusher again, Malcolm Brown, uncertain with whether or not he'll be playing tomorrow. Jackson Shipley has been ruled out for tomorrow's game due to the knee injury that he had against Kansas. He didn't play last week against um, who did he play last week? I'm blanking out now. Texas Tech. Didn't play last week against Texas Tech, and there is. Sorry, I just need to fix it. That was bugging me. And there is a chance that he won't play, or then he's been ruled out this week against Missouri. So we won't have our leading receiver. We may not have our leading rusher, but even without um, even without these guys, we still have weapons offensively. We still have Mike Davis, we still have Marquise Goodwin, Deshaun Hale, and Darius White. We don't really use them a whole lot. We got DJ Grant, who of course had the 3 receiving touchdowns against UCLA earlier this year, but we've got our guys. We've got our weapons still. The running game, I don't know if we'll miss Malcolm Brown a whole lot because we'll still have Joe Bergeron and Fozzie Whitaker. So I don't think we'll. I mean, obviously, you wish you had all of your weapons. You wish you had, guy after guy after guy to throw at teams, like we've had before. But I don't think we'll be running the ball as many times this week. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I understand that point of view, but I just don't think we're going to be able to run the ball that way against an actual team. No offense against Texas Tech fans or Kansas fans, if there aren't any Kansas football fans, I don't know. Anyway, it's just Missouri is a more legitimate team. Yeah, their defense has kind of stunk it up for the last few weeks, but overall, I think it'd be a correct statement to say Kansas or that Missouri's defense is higher quality than other teams. Baylor last week ran up the score and racked up the yards on them, but through the air with Robert Griffin. Everyone. I sound like a broken record because I say this in every video. Everyone knows how I feel about David Ash playing. I would go with McCoy, but I understand why Ash is playing now. He fits better offensively with the system they want to run, which is running the ball. With McCoy in there, you feel more pressured to throw more often. And if things go awry with Ash, something happens, he throws 2, 3, 4 picks in a game, which has been known to happen to freshmen, we can still bring McCoy in and let him run quarterback for a few plays for the rest of the game, for a few games, for the rest of the year, whatever happens, So we still have another option there, and it's a good thing to have, to be able to kind of fall back be able to fall back on a guy. But again, I'll say this again. I've said it all year. I think we'll win this game because this is why I've been saying all year. Not that I think we'll win, but this next part, because we have so many different guys that we can use offensively and so many different looks. Let's just start with the running game. The different looks we get there. We can put Fozzie Whitaker down in the backfield with Cody Johnson in front of him and just have him move a pile. Have him run straight forward. We can do the same with Joe Bergeron. If Malcolm Brown plays, we can do the same with him. We can also rely on Malcolm Brown, especially, to just be back there in the single back, UPS, anyway, in the single back ace formation and just run the ball. And the offensive line has been doing a great job of opening up holes against Oklahoma State, against Kansas, against Texas Tech. Just a great job of opening up holes, and not just opening up a hole so the running back can get through it, but opening up holes and then getting downfield to help with the linebackers so that the running back can get to the next level. We've done a great job of that so far this year, at least in the last couple of games. And not just against the two terrible run defenses we played in Texas Tech and Kansas, but also against Oklahoma State. Don't forget, we ran for 230-some yards against them, which certainly isn't 240, but when you run over 200 yards, you should win a game. That was our first loss since Mac Brown's been at Texas, when we've run for over 200 yards. That's an impressive stat. I think before that he was like 70-0 or something like that. That sounds too high. I don't know. Yeah, but before that, he was undefeated when running for over 200 yards in a game. But we can also use that little wild horn, the wild Foz, whatever we've been using, with DJ Monroe back there as a threat, and Fozzie Whitaker as a threat too. And push comes to shove, we need a yard, and we're worried about getting it. Well, don't, because we can just put Cody. We can just put Cody Johnson back there, hand the ball off to him with a defensive lineman in front of him, and we'll pick up a yard. He's never been a premier back at Texas yet. He's like 6th all-time or something in rushing touchdowns in his career, because we'll just put him in there at the 1-yard line, have him run it in for a few feet. We can run the ball with David Ash, do some zone reads, do some options, use a little misdirection. He's fast and quick and able to run as well. So don't count him out. And as we like to do, we like to run some reverses too with not Malcolm Brown, Marquise Goodwin especially. It works. And we don't do it a whole lot. This is what I'm really anxious to see in this last 4 games, is how we throw the ball, because we didn't really throw the ball against Kansas. We didn't really throw the ball against Texas A&M. We haven't really had to throw the ball since Oklahoma State, and I don't think Ash really passed the test that he was faced with against Oklahoma State. Yeah, he did all right, but he didn't do good enough to win the game. He didn't play well enough against Oklahoma State to win the game. So, obviously Missouri's defense is a little bit weak, but I think it'll be a test in that we'll be forced to throw the ball more than we had the last week. We'll actually be forced to throw the ball. Last week, there's maybe 1 or 2 times where we actually had to throw the ball. Other times it was just to keep the defense off balance and do our thing and have at least some resemblance of balance offensively. But I still look for Texas to pound the ball out, and I think we'll take advantage again. I think Missouri's defense is better, but I don't think the defense is good. So I think we'll still take advantage of their defense. I've been talking so much about the offense, I haven't even gotten to the defense. Jonathan Franklin, he's a pretty good quarterback. He's mobile, he can do a lot of things, but we played against a mobile quarterback earlier this year in Jans. And, we just brought pressure from different points. Manny Diaz, of course, does a great job confusing linemen and with their blocking schemes and quarterbacks as to who's dropping back and who's coming in, who's doing what. Last week there's a couple times where the commentators slowed the rush down and looked at it and saw that, we had a linebacker standing up right at the line of scrimmage, and then we have a defensive tackle 5 yards back where the linebacker should have been standing up and, calling plays as if he is a linebacker. Manny Diaz just does a great job of bringing different looks, different formations at defenses, and trying to confuse their blocking scheme. He does a great job with it, and I've been impressed from day one. And so far, Will Muschamp really won a special place in my heart while he was here at Texas. But overall, I got to go with Manny Diaz over Will Muschamp. I think he's done impressive things with a young defense, found very unique ways of getting pressure on quarterbacks without bringing cornerbacks and safeties. Um, you got to be impressed with that. Our run defense, I think, will shut down. Not shut down, but I think it will slow down Missouri's rushing attack enough that it will force them to rely on their passing game, which I don't really see them being good enough to beat us with, just for their passing game. We have a great rush defense, and I think we'll use that to our favor. But so far, I've made it sound like Texas is going to blow them out. I think that if they can throw the ball, it could be a long day for us because, I mean, if we can shut down their run, it's all easy to say, yeah, we can shut down the run, and then, they're not used to having to pass to win games. It sounds easy to say that, but it's not. If they can throw the ball, it could be a rough day. Because we have a young secondary, and we're not really preparing for them to be able to throw the ball on us. We're preparing to stop the run. Bottom line. So if they can throw the ball, it'll be a long day. But I think overall, we'll probably do a pretty good job at stopping the run, and I think we'll be able to win and if they decide to go back into pass. I really compare this game a lot to the Iowa State game, because Iowa State wanted to run sort of an option attack and go out there and send a blocker here, send a blocker there, have a guy to pitch to here, have a guy to hand off to there, or have the quarterback run, and try to confuse us a little bit. Well, we did a great job against Iowa State of stopping it, and they're pretty good at running that option attack. And I think we'll be able to do the same type of thing against Missouri State. When they want to pass the ball, I think we'll do a good job getting the pressure in the backfield, making things tough for Jonathan Franklin. But that's why they go out there and play the games. If I was talking about it, we'd have won every game this year. So, of course, I'm biased. Hook 'em horns. It's going to be a fun game. Going to be a fun rest of the season, seeing us play some high-quality teams and what we can do. Hook 'em horns. Good luck, David Ash.